Hi everyone, we are Group 13 and today we will discuss jQuery and jQuery UI. Before we start learning jQuery, we need to get familiar with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Let us go to the demo and see how we can use the jQuery and jQuery UI. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. Let us catch the first Pokemon. Wild Pikachus appear. You can double-click the Pokeball to check the Pokemon you had. This time, the Pokeball is empty. Let us do it. Oh no, the Pokemon broke free. Don't worry, let us try it with second time. Oh no, it's still broke free. Now, let us try with the Master Ball. Ta-da! We got the Pikachu. In this little demo, the jQuery and jQuery UI we use are draggable and droppable. We can drag the Pokeball to catch the Pikachu. Also, we use the hide, show, and toggle. Just like this, we can double-click the Pokemon ball to check the Pikachu we had. So, what is this? jQuery is a lightweight, wireless, do more, and it is a JavaScript library. It makes things like HTML document traversal and manipulation, event handling, animation, and Ajax much simpler with an easy-to-use API that works across a multitude of browsers. In this presentation, we will cover about some topics of jQuery. For example, animation, selector, DOM manipulate, traverse, and Ajax. And jQuery UI is a created set of user interface interactions, effects, widgets, and themes built on the top of the jQuery JavaScript library.
Hi everyone, I'm going to introduce some differences between Original.js and jQuery, in addition when and why we use it. So compared with Original.js, so our jQuery can write multiple entry functions. We have easier jQuery API and we have simpler code. And we can use simple code to solve many things over here. So we use jQuery can solve the compatibility problems. For example, if we have this like text content method, so we can't use it like in IE6 or IE5. And also jQuery has high fault tolerance. As you can see over here, we got two scripts. This two script has the same function. On the left side, I write it by Origin.js. Left side, I write it by jQuery. So we got two buttons here. We have two buttons here. And the first button will set the border, and the second button will set the text content. But in the left side, in the Original.js, if we apply two entry function here, the window onload function, they will only alert this, and the both two function will not work. So I have to comment this part. So I can only use the entry function once in our JavaScript. But in our jQuery, I can apply two or three or more entry functions, and both of them will be okay. Another thing, if we want to set border to this 3div, so we have to use the loop. Okay, we have to use the loop. But in our jQuery, I only write one sentence, can set all the div, set the border, and also set the text. It's very easy and convenient. As I discussed above, you can see it's a very light and easy library for the developer using it. We have many choices of selectors. We can select all the the body or the div tag. We can select the ID, we can select the class, and we also have very easy implicit iteration, and we can use less code and do more things. In detail, I'm gonna introduce the some basic types of selectors. So first is ID selector. Um, in this function, we create a jQuery script. When we click the button 2, it will run this. So this is the ID selector. I choose the button 2, and over here is a div selector. I choose all the body will become the background color will turn gray, and if you click the first button, the body will be white, and just like a switch function over here. And second type of layer selector is called layer selector. We have like parent-child selectors and descendant selectors, and we use the method like this. And I create uh, these two functions. I apply the two animation over here, which is like this. You can see it slides down, and it's in the menu class, it's in the UL, and in the list. And doing the mouse over functions, one mouse move in, it will run the slide down and slide up animation. Another interesting point is jQuery has built-in animation functions. In here, I introduced three methods, and first we call is slide down and show, fading, and is you can make it by yourself, like animate this function. So in the bracket, there's 400, which means milliseconds, and also you can set it to like slow or normal or the fast. Also, if you type wrong words, it will automatically choose to be normal speed. Let's try. We got a like button 1, 2, 3, 4 here. If you click the button, event it will show and slice down, fade in, and animate. Let's have a try. Okay, who's the Pokemon? Who's that Pokemon? Okay, the animation of fading. Who's that Pokemon? Here. Then we can like this, and we can remove all.
Animation. So JQuery includes methods which give special effect to the element on hiding, showing, changing style properties, and fade-in or fade-out operation. This special effect method can be useful in building an interactive user interface. So the JQuery animate method performs custom animation using element style properties. The animate method changes existing style properties to the specified properties with motion. So here is the syntax of animate method. First, we specify a selector to get the reference of the element which we want to add animation effect. Then call the animate method. So we can see the first parameter define the CSS style properties to be animated, and the optional speed parameter specifies the duration of the effect. The last parameter is also optional. It is the function to be exclusive after animation completes. Okay, here is the demo set for the animation effect. For the first animate, we double the Pikachu image, and then let the image move down, move right, move up, and move to the left. Then repeat this movement again and again. Let's see the animations. And for the second element, it is a simulated processing bar. When we press the button start, the animate will be started. And also, the start reset button will reset all the effects to the original. So let's see some code for the demo. So now we have a code of demo. We first create a div and insert an image into the div for the animation 1. Then we create a start function to double the image and give the image some movement with different speed, and using animate method. And then for the second animations, we create a nasty div. The inner div, the outer div is represent the border of the processing bar, and the inner div we use the animate method to change the weight from 0 to 400 px to simulate the processing. DOM manipulate stand for document object model is to represent and interact with HTML, XHTML, and XML documents. It can navigate and manipulate documents through a programming language. But using standard JavaScript only can be pretty cumbersome, but fortunately, JQuery comes with a bunch of DOM-related methods, making it all much easier. So here we build a to-do list application by DOM manipulate. One is for JQuery and the other is for JavaScript. So we have 3 functionality. One is insert the new task by just insert the name, for example, task 1. In the box and press the button add. It will add the new task at the end of the list. And you can also click the task name to delete it, just delete the quits, and also drag the task to reorder the list. And for JavaScript version, it's all the same, but you only use the JavaScript to implement. So here we have the code of to-do list. In comparison to the JavaScript, JQuery code is really clear and use much fewer lines because you can use the append, remove, and the sortable function in the JQuery library.
AJAX stands for asynchronous JavaScript and XML. AJAX is the art of exchanging data with the server and updating parts of a web page without reloading the whole page. JQuery library offers the AJAX methods as well. With the jQuery AJAX method, we can request text, HTML, XML, or JSON from a remote server using both HTTP GET and HTTP POST. And we can load the external data directly into the selected HTML elements of our web page. Let's talk about the difference between jQuery AJAX and AJAX itself. With jQuery AJAX coding can be a bit tricky. Nowadays, we have a lot of browsers. Different browser has different syntax for AJAX implementation. So instead of writing extra code, jQuery will take a good care of us. And we can only write with only single line of code. Here's the example that we built, which is a Pokédex in Pokemon. We can search any Pokemon that we want, and the machine that will provide information about this Pokemon. For example, we search for Pikachu and click the submit button, and the detailed information will show up here. So how do we do that? Once we click the submit button, we actually send in the GET request to the remote server, and the remote server will return us back with a JSON file, and we can load all the information from the JSON file to our HTML elements. Here is the API which provided by this website, and for example, we search for Pikachu. This is the JSON file that will return back, and we can get all the informations that we want from this JSON file. So in our index.json, we can write AJAX method like this, so called AJAX, and the method will be get, and the URL will be this. And this is the callback function. Once the JSON file was returned back, we will be able to get the JSON file and load the JSON file into our DOM tree like this. And we also have error handling. If we search for a not existed Pokemon, the server actually will return us an error code. And once we get the error code, we can use in the alert window to display the error message, just like this.
JQuery traversing, which means move through, are used to find HTML elements based on their relation to other elements. Start with one selection and move through until you reach the elements you desire. This is also a good example of implicit iteration. JQuery provides a variety of methods that allow us to traverse the DOM. The largest category of traversal methods is tree traversal. It includes many methods such as parent, children, siblings, first, next, and so on. This is an example citing from W3 School. From the web page, we can clearly see the relationship of elements. Span and paragraph are siblings, list is their direct parent, and ordered list its grandparent, and so on. Using parent, child, siblings function, we can easily access the element we want. There are other methods we will see in the followings. These traversing are especially useful in a complicated DOM tree. Then we will move on to the last topic, jQuery UI. It is a set of user interface interactions, effects, widgets, and themes built on top of the jQuery library. Next, we will see a few examples on the jQuery UI. Here are 4 Pokemon images. Each one of them has different animations. This is a clip toggle, and we can also do many other toggle effects such as fade, blind, fold, and so on. This makes the image draggable. Other than that, we can also do resizable, droppable, and so on. The last 2 are highlight effect and bounce effect. There are also many other effects supported. Then we'll see an example in actual use. Here's a small quiz. Which Pokemon has the highest hit point? We can take a guess. Uh-oh, wrong choice. Wrong again. Yay, we find the right answer. Also, I can hide the answer or show it directly, or highlight the Pokemon in the list in order. To achieve that, we use the find method to traverse the correct solution by class name. We also traverse the list using first, next, and last method. Comparing with traditional JavaScript, we need to find the element by ID, and then find first child, then find next siblings. jQuery clearly makes the process simple. jQuery has many advantages such as promote simplicity, cross-browser compatibility, lightweight open source library, and so on. It also has disadvantages, such as it requires huge library to download. Also, the jQuery DOM API is obsolete. Browser can do the same things now. But overall, jQuery is a great tool and it will be very useful for all the developers to know it.